Imagine a galaxy where professionalism is just a word people use to hide their incompetence, and the only thing more dangerous than the enemy is your own team's bad decision-making. You are part of the galaxy's worst mercenaries, a crew so dysfunctional they make chaos look like a well-oiled machine. But when a high-stakes extraction job goes sideways before you even leave the atmosphere, you realize that survival isn't about following the plan, it's about improvising your way out of a disaster of your own making. Welcome to the Kaelen Extraction, the first pulse-pounding, hilarious, and deeply strategic installment in Skyler Ramirez's The Galaxy's Worst Mercenaries series. If you love space opera comedy tropes, anti-hero dynamics, and stories that explore the sheer, unadulterated thrill of watching a protagonist save the day through grit, ingenuity, and superior sarcasm, this audiobook will completely consume you. It is a masterclass in speculative fiction, blending the visceral crunch of tactical combat with the profound warmth of found family. The narrative kicks off with our protagonist accepting a job that sounds too good to be true, thrusting them into a race against time to extract a target who definitely doesn't want to be extracted. The atmosphere is thick with the smell of ozone and burnt coffee, the hum of strained engines, and the creeping dread and excitement of knowing that every decision could lead to either salvation or total annihilation. Ramirez excels at capturing the psychological resilience of the underdog, making every tactical maneuver, every resource allocation, and every narrow escape feel like a high-stakes gamble where the price of failure is not just death, but the loss of the only family you have left. At the core of the book's massive appeal is its spectacular Ragtag Crew trope and the brilliant asymmetric warfare dynamic. This isn't just about shooting lasers, it's about understanding the complex politics of the galaxy, managing limited resources, and using human ingenuity to outsmart enemies who rely on brute force and arrogance. Watching the protagonist reverse engineer enemy strategies, craft overpowered gear from rare drops, and completely shock arrogant elites with unconventional, trap-heavy tactics is incredibly satisfying. The audiobook narration brings the visceral impact of the combat and the satisfying chiming ding of a massive level up to life, making every milestone feel like a hard-earned victory. But beyond the stats and the slaughter, the soul of the galaxy's worst mercenaries lies in the characters and the heavy burden of integrity. The protagonist isn't just a cold, calculating gamer, they are a deeply human individual struggling to maintain their humanity in a system that rewards ruthlessness. They quickly form bonds with a beautifully dysfunctional found family of fellow survivors who help them navigate the treacherous waters of the new social order. The banter is razor sharp, providing much-needed levity as their squad watches them casually calculate the damage output of a coordinated strike. Their unbreakable trust provides the emotional grounding needed when the world starts throwing literal world-ending threats their way. As the plot accelerates towards its climax, the pacing becomes utterly breathless. A major conspiracy or a rival faction's assault forces the protagonist to push their abilities to their absolute limits. The finale is a spectacular display of tactical brilliance, overwhelming magical firepower, and raw, unbridled ingenuity. The protagonist doesn't just survive the assault, they completely shatter the local power scaling, using a ridiculous, highly technical combination of skills and crafting to turn the enemy's ultimate attack into a mere stepping stone. The payoff is spectacular, delivering a massive dopamine-fueled victory that proves the most dangerous class in the system isn't the one with the biggest sword, it's the one who understands the rules better than anyone else. The Kaelen Extraction is a triumph of the LitRPG and fantasy genres. It is smart, action-packed and unapologetically addictive. Skyler Ramirez has crafted a debut that perfectly captures the thrill of breaking the apocalypse with a stat sheet and a strategy guide. Plug in your headphones, check your stats, and join the climber. The system is live, but his future is bright.